Have you ever walked into the bedroom after turning 40 and suddenly noticed her eyes lingering on you a little longer? Her touch a little slower? Her smile carrying a quiet heat you haven't felt in years? Maybe you caught her watching you fix something around the house, or fold laundry, or just stand there shaving. And something shifted in the air. You thought desire was supposed to fade with age, but here it is, rising, and you're left wondering, what changed? Why now? Why, after 40, does your wife suddenly want you more than she has in a decade? I'm the intimacy doctor, real talk, real science, real intimacy, and today we're going deep into the 6 hidden reasons this quiet sexual renaissance happens for so many couples right around or after the 4th decade. And more importantly, how you can understand it, protect it, and grow it before life gets in the way again. Let's start with the first shift almost no one talks about openly. You finally stopped trying to be perfect. In your 20s and 30s. Most of us men are performing. Performing success, performing fitness, performing bedroom heroics, performing, I've got it all together. That performance is exhausting for you. And honestly, it's exhausting for her too. It creates distance because it screams, don't come too close, I'm busy holding up the mask. But somewhere after 40, the mask cracks. You get tired of pretending. You let her see the belly that's a little softer. The worry about money that keeps you up at night. The fear that you're not the man you promised you'd become, and here's what the research on long-term desire shows again and again. Vulnerability is the single biggest aphrodisiac in committed relationships. Dr. Sue Johnson, the founder of emotionally focused therapy, found that when partners risk showing the softer, scared parts of themselves and are met with acceptance, oxytocin and dopamine flood both brains simultaneously. Translation, she feels safe, you feel seen, and the bedroom lights itself on fire without anyone needing to try. Have you ever let her see you cry about something small and noticed she couldn't keep her hands off you later that night? That's not a coincidence. That's attachment science doing its ancient job. From there the second reason flows so naturally it almost feels unfair. You started listening to understand instead of listening to fix. Remember when every complaint she had about her day triggered your brain into problem-solving mode? You were being helpful? But to her nervous system it felt like dismissal. He doesn't want to feel this with me, he just wants it gone. Then one day you caught yourself simply saying, that sounds exhausting. Tell me more. And you shut up for 5 whole minutes while she talked. Dr. John Gottman's 40-year love lab data shows that couples who turn toward each other's bids for connection, even the tiny ones, stay sexually connected 4 times longer than couples who turn away or against. Turning toward is emotional foreplay. When she feels emotionally held, her body relaxes into wanting to be physically held. It's that simple and that profound. Think about the last time she opened up about something hard and you just reflected it back without jumping in with solutions. How did the rest of that evening feel? Drop a comment below if you've noticed the connection. I read every single one. The third reason sneaks up quietly but changes everything. Your testosterone settled into wisdom instead of chaos. Yes. Total T levels drop about 1% per year after 30. But here's what the media never tells you. Free testosterone and estrogen balance actually improve for many men in their 40s and 50s because SHBG rises slower than we feared. More importantly, you're no longer running on the hair-trigger aggression of youth. You're less reactive, more present, less likely to pick fights over nothing. A fascinating study out of Emory University followed 80 couples for 12 years and found that the strongest predictor of female desire after age 40 wasn't her partner's abs or income. It was his emotional stability. Women reported wanting sex more when their man could sit in tension without exploding or disappearing. Calm is the new sexy. Presence is the new six-pack. If you've noticed you argue less and touch more, you're living inside the data right now, and that calm presence leads us straight into the 4th reason. You finally learned her body speaks a different language than yours, and you became fluent. In your 20s sex was 90% friction, 10% connection. After 40 the ratio flips. She needs warm-up time, emotional context, whole-body sensation, eye contact, slow breathing together. And because you're less rushed, less desperate to prove something, you give it to her. Dr. Rosemary Basson's female sexual response model, validated across dozens of studies, shows that for most women in long-term relationships, desire doesn't precede arousal. Responsive desire comes after pleasure and connection begin. In plain English, start with 15 minutes of kissing, massage, and whispered check-ins with zero agenda, and her body will beg for the rest. Rush straight to the main event and responsive desire never wakes up. How many times have you slowed everything down lately and watched her melt? That melt is biology thanking you for finally speaking its language. The 5th reason is perhaps the most underrated. Shared history became shared erotic power. You have inside jokes no one else on earth understands. You remember the night in 2009 when the power went out and you made love by candlelight on the living room floor. You know exactly which spot behind her left ear still makes her shiver 18 years later. That shared memory bank is a private erotic universe, relationship researcher Dr. Amy Muse at the University of Toronto found that couples who actively reminisce about positive sexual experiences from their past report 20 to 30% higher current desire and satisfaction. Every nostalgic laugh you share about that one hotel in Barcelona is literally rewiring both your brains to crave each other again. When was the last time you two stayed up late just remembering the hottest moments of your story? Do it this weekend. Watch what happens. And then there's the sixth and deepest reason, the one that ties all the others together. You both quietly accepted that the goal of life is no longer conquest. It's homecoming. Youth is about becoming. Middle age is about returning. Returning to each other. Returning to the body. Returning to simple touch, slow mornings. Sunday skin on skin with nowhere to be. Psychologist Esther Pearl says the central crisis of modern long-term relationships is trying to bring the thrill of the affair into the safety of marriage. But the couples who reignite most fiercely after 40 flip the script. They bring the safety of marriage into the affair of each other. You turn your shared bedroom into the safest, hottest, most forbidden place on earth, because no one else is allowed in. When she feels that from you, total belonging, zero judgment, radical acceptance of her aging body and soul, her nervous system drops every guard it ever built. And desire floods back in like the tide. So let's bring this full circle. If you're over 40 and suddenly finding your wife's eyes hungry again, it's not an accident. It's the payoff of every moment you chose vulnerability over performance, listening over fixing, presence over panic, slowness over sprinting, memory over novelty, and homecoming over escape. Protect it. Water it daily with tiny moments of real connection. Speak the language of responsive desire. Keep turning toward her bids. Keep letting her see the real you, belly, fears, gray hairs, and all. If this video hit something true for you, tap the like button right now. It helps more men and women find these conversations. And drop a comment with which of the 6 reasons resonated most. Or share your own 7th reason. You never know whose marriage your honesty might save. I'm the Intimacy Doctor. Thank you for letting me into this sacred part of your life. If you want more real talk backed by real science on emotional connection, trust, intimacy, and turning long-term love into long-term heat, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a video. Next up on your screen is a video called The 60-Minute Intimacy Reset Every Couple Over 40 Needs. It's the exact step-by-step evening ritual that takes these 6 reasons and turns them into a weekly practice that keeps the fire growing instead of fading. Click it now. Your future selves are already thanking you. I'll see you there.